Welcome back to the High Res Production Studios, everybody, as it's time to get ready now for the SWC games kicking off. We've got Belt Slap up against Renegades. Look, Miff, this set is going to be unbelievable.
We've just been doing a lot of research. We've been trying a bunch of different things. And yeah, maybe there's be some spicy stuff. Who knows?
Hopefully, we're going to see some of that spicy stuff from the Renegades. I feel like you want to give your playmaker the best opportunity to make plays. What in the world has Ven just picked? Opwash. In the first game of the Smite World Championships, Mifflin, we saw Opwash once in Season 7, and it was Cherio trolling, and now when it matters the most, Ven pulls it out.
Maybe there's be some spicy stuff, who knows?
276 days since the very beginning of the SPL in Season 7. We are ready to kick off the Smite World Championship. And what better way to do it than Opwash mid and Aphrodite support? It's what we all expected.
Master SWC has officially begun. Let's go ahead and move into the action here. Renegades versus Belt Slap. And Jake is just set on one mode, which is Bully. Yeah, you have all of the healing in the world, but you can't do anything about it against this tier. The pressure that they're going to have over here, it's just not going to be enough. Rotation here, though, from Johnny. Gets the slow into Barracuda, priority target. He has the ultimate, though, but chooses not to use it. But Jake with the peel hits the two-man pulls, and now Johnny is low. Jake nearly wins the 1v3, but has to retreat. Barracuda comes in, Vintage finds the first blood, and takes care of Johnny right off the back. Genetics, but how do Renegade turn it around in the 2v3? Finds it too. That is vintage Barracuda to a T, isn't it? Aggressively diving into 3 and getting the kill. It is starting to slip away from them, at least here in game 1. Right now, the snipes are going to be good. You get a return kill, but is it going to be enough? Barracuda gets the double kill. My man is turning back the clock. You are looking at a team that has done their homework and is coming in prepared. And Renegades are now on the precipice of the very first victory of your SWC.
I think the Renegades, they've got hot hands right now. Okay, so there were like 4 gods that hadn't seen play, and it was Apollo, Scotty, Loki, and Opwash. And now we've seen 3 of those in 2 games.
Maybe there's be some spicy stuff, who knows?
And a big rotation in from Johnny, who finds first blood. Belt Slap looking way better this time around. Oh, but Jake is in trouble. He got melted. Johnny on the board yet again. This time, we're seeing the SCC All-Star stand up. And now he's going up with the ultimate, but he does. Don't go to last pro. Make it the ultimate, but Zeros flattens him with the ultimate. Great work from Belt Slap. They're up 3-0 over the SPL right now. I mean, that was just roadkill. There was nothing left after that one. And another kill for Belt that make it a second as they improve to 5-1. Renegades are looking around. They don't know where to go. And it showcases again how good Julio is. That was brilliant. Man, if you didn't think the world was going to be hype, how about the SCC team hanging with the SPL so far in this set? Where is the backup as Variety dies all alone? Oracle claims the head bounty, but Jake gets 1-0 as low as well. Venenu has a big ultimate that helps them turn things around. They get 2. Genetics in trouble as well, and the late game prowess of the SPL wins out, at least here. Don't slap. All of a sudden, they're back on the defensive despite a great early game. But you can't stop Variety with the double kill. Barracuda puts down Johnny and Thor. I think this one might just be over. Julio falls as well. It's a triple for the solo later out of Renegades, and we're moving on to game 3. Belt Slap's hopes would be dashed with one more loss. They will be sent home, and Renegades will continue to move on. Into game number 3 we go. Deathbane to close the gap. Genetics been hit by the chains, and first blood goes to Renegades yet again. Relentless pressure, and they're able to get on the board first. Variety in danger of getting soloed. Julio almost gets it. Johnny comes over to provide the support, and Variety gets put down early. He set himself up well, and now perhaps another kill coming through. But Julio now with another kill, and that is a problem over in solo. And that's really the big deal right now, because Variety can't say anywhere near as much. Now Genetics is in an awful spot. Venenu crushes him with the Ana Monster in the back. Johnny is low as well. Lasper blinks in, can't find anything with the Cobra's Kiss, but Venenu is swinging. We knew it'd be coming. Gets it done with the autos, as that's a double kill for the mid laner. But suddenly, Belt Slap is starting to collapse. And Gora, that might be enough for Renegades to put this one down.
The Renegades continue their dominance in game number 3. 21 minutes, and they eliminate Belt Slap here. Commiserations to them on a great season, but ultimately coming up a little bit short here up against the Renegades, who just looked dominant.
I can't stop thinking about Jake. He's literally living in my head rent-free right now because of how hot he's looking.
Obey have done... They definitely played.
I think Obey has been kind of general consensus the worst team of the year.
I still think that they are just struggling at a lot of fundamental areas.
Yeah, they are not good enough, I think, to be in the SPL.
Sanguine up against Obey Alliance.
You wonder if they come in with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. You know they watched that interview, right? When we put that out on social media, that they've heard what their opponents have to say about them this week. You wonder how that fuels them in a big matchup against Sanguine.
An unbelievable setup here for game number 1 between Sanguine and Obey Alliance. I think you've got to give a lot of credit to Rongu in particular on this team. That support has been the glue for this squad all year long.
Ymir is here.
It's for it. Sino is going to be a huge target.
Whoa, inbound, taken low. Oh, look at the wall from Rongu. First blood on over to Sanguine. The writing has been on the wall. And now First Blood finally swings through. Sanguine find their time and they strike. Oh, the wall again. Are you kidding me? Rongu sets it up perfectly. Panatom knocks it down. Sanguine, a second kill over in the duo lane.
Rongu is simply built different, Dave. He is finding walls and walls and walls. Build them up wherever they want because he is stopping Obey in their tracks every single time.
Fury started up. Wolfie, searing pain, ready to go. Sino dashes in, but he has no HP. Shinto, easiest kill of his life. Wolfie with the snipe, though. Down goes Netrioid. And for the time being, the Gold Fury is delayed. Right, when you have a 5 versus 3 advantage, that's when you need to start closing this gold gap with a little bit more fire now. But Yarkor, not concerned about the numbers disadvantage. Dives in, double knockup. Wow, he uses the Aegis. Yarkor roars him right onto the graveyard. Are you kidding me? This is a disadvantage fight for Sanguine, and they're the ones finding the kills. Obey Alliance somehow losing this fight. FG the call now after 2 picks. Still the opportunity for a steal here for Sanguine. Fire Giant taken low. It's a taunted for Panatom. Sanguine, they steal this one away just when you think Obey have a massive advantage. It gets stripped away by Sanguine. Obey Alliance have shown, if nothing else, regardless of the outcome, they're not going to let this one go quietly. Down goes Yarkor, but grasp of death from the back line. That'll set things up well for Netrioid. It's a taunt back in from inbound. Netrioid starting to swing. It's a double kill for Netrioid. Shinto, a triple for the ROM, and Sanguine get the deicide 28.5 minutes in. Sanguine walks their way down the mid lane and takes game number 1.
And they did it.
They did it.
They did it. They actually did it. I have no idea what to say about Loki.
Well, here he comes from Sanguine. Interesting to note that Obey, again, does not really respect that Ymir wall. We'll see if Rongu can make him pay once again here in game number 2, or if Obey Alliance can turn it around and maybe secure a Fire Giant this time around, eh, fellas?
Wolfie First Blood. Down goes Rongu. Oh, big stun, though, from Sanguine. On the right-hand side of the fight, and Shinto will answer back with one of his own, but Wolfie is rotated to the tune of a double kill. A fantastic start here for Obey Alliance, but they might lose more in the process. Now it's Netrioid who gets knocked back. Inbound survives, and he turns it around for a kill. Will Shinto survive? Not for the time being. Inbound finds the block. A triple kill for Wolfie. What a start for Obey.
Dream situation for Obey. Wolfie triple kill on the hell. This man is huge, but Obey start the Fire Giant. Sanguine, they're wise to it.
And Obey Alliance are able to take away the FG this time, but Sanguine, they want blood. They want to fight on the back end of things here. Look at Rongu working his way forward. Panatom is in, onto the back line. Wowie is connected onto his ultimate, onto Panatom, but Yarkor now has a double kill out of the solo lane. Sanguine, they lose the FG, but they're winning this fight. Obey Alliance have to walk away.
It's going to be Fire Giant.
We'll see if they wait the next 15 or so seconds for their teammates to come by. Actually, could get risky. Inbound's
on
close
the way.
by. The Sanguine have to know this. The moment they see Inbound, they've got to turn around and secure the objective. The wall off Stygian Torment against Inbound. Can Inbound make his way over the wall? The respawns are through. Sanguine take down the FG. So close. What a play from Rongu and Yarkor.
Dave, the discipline that I just saw,
I'm turning around and
believe
securing
me,
it, dude. I'm
when
taking
my jaw is dropped right now.
Sino right back in, but look at how much damage he's taken. In the meantime, Sanguine still all 5, still with the FG buff. Down goes Wowie. They smell blood in the water. The Titans under attack. Sanguine disapparate the Obey Alliance roster. Sanguine win game 2.
Obey's SWC dreams hanging in the balance for game number 3.
It's got to be the full-on reverse sweep for Obey Alliance, and what a draft to try to do that with.
Baron Somdi, that old's tough.
Well, it's Rongu who's invited to the party this time and will use his ultimate. Oh my, the detonate damage, and Shinto there as well. Wolfie.
They're making light work of it, Dave. I'm not going to mince words here. Sanguine are in control, and they've been in control.
They're doubling down on their strategy from the second game. They're going for a 16-minute Fire Giant.
Ducky spots it out. He lets his team know, but it's going to be a slow rotation. Look at Wowie on the opposite side of the map.
Ducky thought he had done something here, but instead he was just going to get taken down by Netrioid. Now the collapse can occur from Sanguine. The FG was just a bait.
They know that Fire Giant's likely going to go their way, but Sino puts on his cape. He wants to steal.
The only thing he's stealing is a little bit of extra time alive. Wrong, you will get the kill, and now Inbound is as well. There, Sanguine going to try to cut through.
Joins the fight.
Sino, he's found the engage, but it's on to Wrongyu, who's down. Wolfie gets the first kill, but here comes Sanguine storming back into the Obey Alliance base. Shinto rampaging through the game. You can feel the life force draining from Obey Alliance. Sanguine, they've got a little bit more gas in the tank. Phantom will clean up Wolfie. The up-down is slowed down by Inbound, who's able to find one, but Sanguine's still strong. Sanguine have the health bar. Sanguine have the win, and Sanguine are moving on.
Sanguine are moving on to play the Renegades, and they made sure that we knew exactly who the better team was here today. The most toxic moment of the World Championship, in my mind, is going to be Sanguine waiting for two members on the Fire Giant for them to respawn so they can kill the FG. Inbound shows up and they go, yeah, we don't really care about this. Wall you off, Cerberus ult you away. We're still going to wait the extra 5 seconds.
Yeah, they did not care about his presence there. And honestly, that was just true the last half of that game. It felt like
the last hope for SCC is mind the gap. Will SSG do what they always do and dominate their opponents? Quig and Layers are waiting to spring a trap. There's more SSG members here than they thought. Kirio is immediately dropping the ultimate on the Layers, and now the aggression is there. Layers was away for safety, but Dardes is chasing. My horse is a little bit better. So they already got one kill, but maybe they can cut down Wolves as well. Dash through for the slow, and Cheerio there to follow up. Nika gets 2, and Mifflin. Oh no, I'm worried already. SSG now on top.
A little bit far up in mid, but nice killer start. Let's go, Grip. Big ult and Layers surging forward.
Absolutely. One time he was gripping slaves, and he's done it here today with an excellent pillar. The Desert Fury follow-up. Now Big has grabbed Rapper, pull him in. The shred is there from Layers behind the gap. Don't seem to care what we say here on the desk. They can still fight 23 minutes in, but now he's stuck in the pit, and the damage is coming. Quake in trouble, and Vote able to find the very first kill.
Layers now low as well. Rom in the air, and he's able to find a double for Vote.
Yeah, not bad here for Vote in BK. Natural born killer he used to go by, and he's showing it here. Grip in trouble, and Vote rolling in for a triple kill here on the world stage. Not bad to put down the SCC team. And that means left side Phoenix is done for at this point. Wolves might not be far behind it as Vote is on a rampage, an absolute maniac as he shreds through mind the gap. And that'll be it for this one. SSG come out on top. Crimson is rotating into the 4-on-4 over the 5.5-minute loop up. Let's see if Mind the Gap can win it. Wolves in a great position for this ultimate. He needs to be aware.
Huge.
And there it is. Locks in 2. Crimson has the I'm a Monster. And the Whirlwind of Rage is stealing better. It gets 3 people. And that's going to turn this fight on its head. Oh, Wolves. But Mifflin, that's how SSG respond. They bring in 4 and defend that blue buff well. But Quake, he's not out to hit. Rapper rotates into the back, forces Quake to use the ultimate, and gets caught up in the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. What a play from the SSG support.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Cheerio wants to do the same.
Wow.
Nika picks up Layers. Wolves now in the retreat. Gonna need the transformation to get out of there. Does he have it? The slow's good, but it's not good enough. The bird is gonna do it.
Rapper gets a double to start the game.
Nice.
2-0 for the Xingqian pilot from SSG. What a start from the SPL reps. And here's the thing, man. As Griff is in some trouble mode, gets another. It's 4-0 to start it.
Just 0 to 100 real quick.
But SSG get out. So now Cheerio moves in all alone, gets aggressive, forces on the monster out, but does put Rapper low, but Crimson lower as Wolves rotates over for a big kill, but Vote dunks down on Crimson. Quig finds the big stun, forces out Undying Love, and now Dardes in trouble of falling Wolves. Can get the damage. He gets himself a double, and Mind the Gap aren't going home yet.
Wolves alone in the back,
Let's
trying
go,
his
Grip.
best to fight. Grip picks up a kill on a Cherry. Layers makes it out alive, but Vote left uncontested, finally forced to use the feeds.
And Cheerio gets the kill. But Quake still battling Wolves, comes in to follow up, but Nika goes right for Crimson, the backline, and forces all the damage out. Crimson gets deleted by Nika, but Nika's gonna pay for it with his life. But no, Vote comes flying in, forces the retreat from Griff, who goes up to the sky. He's gonna fall the second that he lands. He drops the Aegis, but doesn't have the HP pool. That means just 2 members standing to 1 as Nika gets the double kill, and Space Station Gaming make quick work of Mind the Gap in game 2. I think giving Dardes Aphrodite, that's a near fatal mistake.
I mean, I haven't found an SPL team that's willing to do it, right? This is twice in a row that Mind the Gap have let this one slide through.
Crimson finding the kill on Dardes in mid. What a huge start for Mind the Gap.
Griff jumps in again.
I like this, man. There are a lot of people that react differently to pressure, and Griff gets aggressive. You can get your back against the wall and give up, or you can do what Griff's doing and get aggressive.
Cherio going in.
So there was the dash from Crimson, but he's going to get him far enough away that gets the knock up, and the final judgment point blank gets two, but Crimson is way too low. He's going to fall here. The damage from Cherio, that trade is so worth it. They're 4-1 from the start, and finding punish.
The tournament is Quig and Griff are going off.
This is clearly what Quig needed to play. Could this set possibly get dragged out further, Biff? I mean, certainly it could. I don't know if he or Cherio needed it. Either way, Quig gets wrapped, and Cherio falls right after another one for Griff. And Mind the Gap are right back in it. Is the one under pressure. The dive is huge. He gets up the final judgment, but it doesn't hit anyone, and Crimson loses his life early on. So now Mind the Gap are down to the 4v5, and Griff is in trouble too. SSG just go right for the backline and punish Mind the Gap perfectly.
Overwhelming force is what we're looking at. Space Station, sick of the pace of this game, want to win the fight here. Nobody dead on the side of the Chaos team.
SSG were behind all game long. Literally one team fight, and they're right back in it. They're ahead now.
Trying to come in from the side.
That looks to be the plan, but I think that was spotted out. Nika comes in for the follow-up as Wolves immediately into the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. Layers
huge ult! So low, and still Crimson can look for the aggression, but he loses his life instantly. It's going to be a very hard defense, and Fireman and Waves already starting to work their way into the base.
But they lost the right side, Phoenix. If they're going to defend this, it's going to have to be done without a single bird at their backs. Cherio gets rid of Layers. That's one more member that is fallen on the side of Mind the Gap. Griff right behind him, but Crimson does find one, but not before they lose Quake. Mind the Gap have two left to keep them in this tournament. Make it one as they lose Wolves as well. What can Crimson possibly do? He gets a double kill, gets rid of votes, but it's feeling like too little too late. SSG 3-0, but it sure wasn't easy.
And this time it's going to be looking at the Knights going up against eUnited. The Knights, Finch, they're the returning world champs. Like, I mean, they're in the same position they were last time. They just need one really good week.
Now, here's the thing. PK, man, because I got to talk about what this team can actually do. This is the team you cannot know when they're going to pop off. When Neilbot stepped up at Worlds last year, he really, really elevated his play. He was one of the best there. And I think Neil could potentially do that again. This entire PK roster has room to improve. Have we really seen the true Kivo Fred all year? I'm not so sure. That could still come out here today and the rest of this week, and they could easily be the best here.
Can the Knights just wake up and be the team that everyone knows they can be?
PK versus eUnited, the game we've been waiting for, and the team we've been waiting for. Aggro and Hindu take it.
Okay, let's be honest. This game today, Ryan, for me, more than any other that I've seen so far, is the closest one in the placement stage. We know they have the skill and potential to be the best. I mean, PK did it. They won Worlds last year.
This set is going to be so fun, man, because I have literally no idea what is about to happen.
PK playing with confidence, but look at eUnited realizing they've got to try and take an opportunity. eUnited get the FG, great call from them, but can they turn this into their favor more? Hurrywin gets one, Zap takes the life in response though, and the damage from the River's Rebuke and Control causes problems for eUnited. Where's your FG buff now, eUnited?
It's all in the grave. Zapman with a triple kill. Perfect timing on that Apollo ult. And it was looking so good for eUnited. Nice spirit ball over the wall, but here comes Fred and Zap.
And Zap slams down, and Hurry is no more. Now with the stun, it sets up Scary for a kill on Snoopy. The Rebuke keeps a couple trapped in his basket, gets aggressive towards Zapman, who is still alive, by the way. There's only Baskin left standing. Not for long, though. That could just be the end of game one already, Ryan.
PK able to get themselves off on the right foot, back in their home territory of playing at the Smite World Championship, of course.
eUnited looks their best when they're playing the jank they're most comfortable with. I think it's going to be the Yanis. I think RDO is in an interesting spot, but it got cold in the studio.
We got chill.
Yeah, we got the Hurrywin Yanis coming through here.
Yana should be like D tier, and then in parentheses, if you're Hurrywin S+.
Space and time connects,
Wow.
but it's not enough to kill Zap just yet. Cancel that on the Stable Vortex will. Beautiful rotation, and you called it, Ryan. Keep an eye out for the Giannis rotations.
That's... How is he? I don't get it, man.
I mean, that is absurd timing.
Paul under pressure with no beats, remember, as the Cupid damage comes through. It's not enough to kill Paul just yet. On the backside, though, Cupid Fred is eating dinner. You mentioned it in game 1 though, Cubo Fred had a good solid game 1 performance. Game 2, he is locked in. Hang on a second though, because Pyroman's under threat, space and time fired, and PK get it, but Orion takes out Cubo, gets some shutdown bonus, and slips the noose once more. Gino though still playing up against 2. Giannis is coming down the lane as Orion.
Hello?
But Gino might get a solo there. For a second, I thought he might just do it. That could have been a turn for the Bucks. Hurry though!
Hurry, no!
He'll get the kill, but can he get away again? Wow, Hurry's really on it today. I can see it already. He wants this so bad.
I love it, man, and he's popping. He has not missed anything.
The Heart Bomb's good, but the Aegis was better.
Oh, hello.
Zap escapes, but walks straight into Scream, and the Bastet Claws of Death. Up, down goes Neil. Next up is Scary D. I had a feeling, when I saw that game 1, that this could go 5.
Listen, hey, it's still not a gold lead yet for United,
sure.
though. I mean, it's one good fight, Hindu, but they have to be able to get more than this.
Keep up with the beast, though! All in a hurry win! If you use your portal, that's what can happen to you as a Giannis player. Fire Giant start up, Scary
Risky.
goes, and on comes PK as well. Chino's trying to escape, but he walks into Cubo Fred, and Cubo Fred won't be able to find that instead. It's Scary D marching down and taking out carries, but Basket's doing the same thing for United. Scream under pressure, the Fire Giant will go down to Scary for a double, set up mainly there by Cubo Fred, as the knockup comes through, and Cullen gets a triple kill right now.
Scary D just gets on top of him right as he's transforming. I mean, Snoopy used ult, Snoopy used dash, Snoopy healed himself, Snoopy used shell, and Scary's full HP walking away from that fight. Scary D against the world.
It's Kukulin, man. How many years do we have to see him do it? 5v1. He's the man mountain. I'll just slip back into the
No way.
space and time fight. Look at him.
No way.
And he gets it, but it's not going to be enough for a kill. I can't believe that didn't kill him.
Here comes Scary and Fred. No ultimates available for either one. Done off the mark.
They're going to make an impact for Basket to stay alive for now. And the cripples
What
of
a
the
body
body
block.
from Gino. Mid lane, the Rivers Review comes down, trapping poor old Snoopy again. The Titan will fall, and the game will go the way of Pittsburgh Knights.
What a game from both of these squads.
And if this set is any indication, boy, are we in for a good week.
And that didn't really find out much of his space and time was used, but on the right-hand side is Cubo Fred down to first blood, and now the pressure from eUnited onto Scary D. This is what eUnited needed early to get themselves in a driving seat for a second, but Zap is still hunting, asking around the back, and it's Zap under pressure, beat used.
Here comes the unstable Vortex. He misses it. He goes right through the middle. Double kill for Paul. Baskin does end up picking him up, but that's going to be a deicide for the Pittsburgh Knights.
Front line in his basket, he's tanky, he can eat some of this damage, and he's allowing eUnited to rush and push back PK on the left-hand side.
That was close, but Heroin still gets one. Cubo does end up going down, and the Tier 1 tower will follow.
Jeremy does what he can, but up in the sky again, it's Zap. He's a little bit too late to this party this time round, though. But
No,
he's
he's
gonna
not.
go in anyway! Finds the stun, looks for the pressure on
No
Scream.
way.
The Rivers Rebuke will buy some time,
He's
but
out.
Scream's got no escape route. Still Scary D could find the kill.
Yamoja, by the way.
Zap crashes in, looking at Snoopy, he's dead. Gino's still alive because the Riptide put a blink in.
Nice.
Scary D will answer back, but Baskin tried a 2v1. The chase is on. But look at Baskin. Baskin.
He's coming around the back, but Paul just found
Oh my
Snoopy,
gosh.
and now Heroin's in trouble too. Double kill for Paul.
And into the throne room go PK. They want to get deeper into Worlds once again. They're going on in this tournament with a 3-0 that, let's be honest, it was a 3-0, but it didn't feel one.
Well, the red and gold going to be taking on the gold and red here. Coming up shortly, Renegades versus Sanguine.
During the regular season, Sanguine dominated this matchup. I think the big deal for the Sanguine squad is can they perform here in a very important match, because that's something that we haven't seen from them here yet in Season 7.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm excited to see what these teams have to offer. We've got Dolson, we've got Mifflin standing by to take us through the cast.
The main bracket we go. This Hammer officially on the line.
This is a good start for the Renegades. This is a fantastic
Whoa!
start for the Renegades. Double fearless.
Of course, Jake is going to hit those, and then Barracuda immediately in on the follow-up. But look
What?
at the root down, the damage there. Netrioid, first blood.
Sanguine, man. They are ready for Jake's shenanigans.
Sanguine take down the Fury, but Barra, he's ulted in. Wrong You will Scarab's blessing himself, and now Venenu has come to play. He's transformed on into the set now. Renegades on the board. Finally, big Fearless from Jake to re-engage. Underneath the tier 2 tower we go. Lasbro with 3. The jungler comes up big for the Renegades. It's a Fury to Sanguine, but 3 kills to RNG. Here comes Vera.
Calm the sky, police, Dave, because they're everywhere on the map.
And wouldn't you guess it, Vera's here again. Netroid Aegis tanking up the tower is Vera. And now Vera adds a kill. Panatom double taunting. That means double ult here for Shinto. Great fight for Sanguine. Jake will knock back Sanguine, and he'll ult away. Are you kidding me? Sanguine thought they had a couple, and they leave empty-handed. Yarkor's all alone. Big 1v1 here. Panatom with the knockup. Panatom with the solo kill. What a way to start off a base defense. So Aegis from Venenu keeps him alive, and now it's Variety trying to separate, but Sanguine, they're rallying in force. Massive pillar from Netroid. Double kill. Renegades, you thought you had it, but now it's Lasbro and Jake against the world.
Sanguine moving into the pace.
Oh, we've seen this one before, and this is only game number 1. Are you kidding me? Lasbro, Jake, they've gone in. Barracuda's swinging from the back line. Scarab's blessing over on the Netroid. Look at the Titan. Is Barra gonna do it again? Double kill from the Renegades. Sanguine left running.
I can't believe it, Dave. Renegades hang on by a thread, and now they're in a position where they can look to end the game in return.
Are you kidding me? Barracuda hovering up above as well.
Shinto used beads out of pure fear. Barracuda doesn't even duck. That's a huge loss for Sanguine.
This is going to be a full-on collapse here from the Renegades. Look at Sanguine collapse in upon Shinto. No actives, no chance. Barracuda comes up big. First kill for him. Lasbro adds another. Renegades starting to storm through the Sanguine roster.
You cannot ignore Barracuda in these fights.
Barracuda closing the gap. Watch out though. Renegades rooted back into place. Jake in the back line. Big knockups in the Renegades. Turning around the damage. Barracuda left untouched. Jake trying to escape, and now Netroid has rejoined the fray. Much to his demise, Renegades find 2. Sanguine do as well.
Barracuda simply built different.
Lasbro in the back line finds a stun, finds a double. Wrong You last alive. Renegades walk it down the right-hand side. They'll take game 1.
But at some point, I think you've got to start moving away from this Cupid and start prioritizing this Apollo. I've seen enough, dude. I've seen enough. Apollo, to me, looks like the most impactful hunter we've seen so far here this weekend.
Well, the Renegades have started this one a little bit on fire. They take game number 1, but game number 2 is more crucial than ever. Let's go down to Dulcin and Mifflin to take us through it.
Jake, can you get the detonate? Oh, Barracuda ults on in. But now Jake is aggroed off the tower. Could be a 2-kill swing though. Barracuda double kill.
This is vintage Barracuda, man. This is some of the most aggressive play I've seen from John Salter in the last 5 years, and his team is flourishing with this energy, man. I'm loving this duo lane.
First big team fight here. Lasbro dunks on down onto Yarkor. Here comes Barra though. Down in the back line. He drops Netroid being melted away here as well. Barracuda dashes in on the Apollo. This guy's feeling confident, or what? Another kill over to Barra. Venenu adds one as well. It's a double for the Apollo. Renegades all but sweep Sanguine.
But where are the rest of Renegades going? They've got bigger fish to fry. Fire Giant at 17 minutes? Are you kidding me? Where's this Renegades been all year?
And Oni Wave starting to work forward. Sanguine want to take the fight right here, right now. Yarkor's the first one in. Shinto sends his ult flying, but it's B's used by the Renegades. There is just not enough damage. Renegades turning around plenty. Barracuda, another double kill. Renegades finding the fight. Could this one be a game ender, though? Netroid has to leap away. Lasbro adds one as well. It's going to be another deicide. 19 and some change in.
This is ridiculous, Dave. Barracuda is making a world's run in 2021.
Fire Giant buff, 5 strong for the Renegades. Not much drama this time around. Renegades work their way down the mid lane. They will win game 2. Renegades are on set point already.
If I see a Cupid ban here instead of an Apollo ban, my lord.
Renegades looking to try and seal the deal here in game 3. Can Sanguine bring it back?
Watch out for Venenu rotating around the left, but there comes Barra. John Salter into the back line. Panatom takes a tumble. Big fight here to determine the rest of the next few minutes of this game. Wrong You stunned on in. Barracuda double kill. Of course he does. The rotation's big for the Apollo.
It is, but Barracuda, this is what everyone hates. He can just hover for as long as he wants. Sanguine, you better run.
You gotta laugh. Barracuda drops on down, but Sanguine is not there to be found. Instead, Renegades just start up the Gold Fury on their own. Barracuda alone, forced to disengage from Sanguine, and that is a free Fury on over to the Renegades because Barracuda was helicoptering above.
Meanwhile, the split push that Renegades are known for. Lazerhawk takes a tier 2 in mid, Barracuda
Oh my
a
God.
tier 2 in left.
What do you call this? Dismantling? I don't know. This game of chess from the Renegades has been an absolute treat to watch, and then some as well. Netrioid pouring out the damage. Variety, have you done too much? For the time being, it looks like yes. Variety dies alone in the back of the Fire Giant pit, and Yarkor running down Venenu. 2-kill swing on over to Sanguine. Shell used early on. Fire Giant has been left. Oh, the apple hits onto Shinto. It's a Scarab's blessing, but he will not get detonated. Snipes on down from Netrioid. The Renegades, they don't have the health to fight out through the rest of this. Wait for Barracuda to join the fray, though. Double kill from the Apollo. Of course he does. Barracuda makes the difference. Now it's Wrong You awaiting around the corner. Are their days numbered? Barracuda finds 3. Renegades, big fight.
Don't you ever ignore Barracuda when he is on the map, because he will be the difference maker.
And with the
He
quad,
wants
yeah,
more!
baby! He got the quad, and down the mid lane go the Renegades. It's Yarkor against everyone. John Salter, my man, goes big. 33 minutes into the game. Barracuda 7-0-3 in game 3. And the Renegades, they're gonna work their way onto the semifinals. They'll see Ghost tomorrow.
I want to know, how does the duo lane for Renegades just feel when you get into game?
Well, you know, me and Barra, we feel utter and total domination in the duo lane. You know, we get in there, we run at them, and usually it works out. You know, a couple of games today, you know, I kind of got first blooded, but my team was there. They made up for it, so I'm really proud of them, and you know, glad to be on this team.
Will the Knights be able to lift that hammer again, or will Raffer potentially get a third ring? PK SSG.
It is indeed Finch and Aggro here as we move into our second quarterfinal of the day. And we had all 3 O's up until this point. Hopefully someone can finally give us a fight.
History tells us that we should. Don't forget that these are the 2 teams that met in the semifinals last year under 2 different organizations. PK, obviously the SK Gaming Squad, and Space Station were the Renegades at that time. But that was a huge set. The only reverse sweep in Smite World Championship history, where Renegades went up 2-0, and then it was an unbelievable comeback from SK. A lot of those games went really long, and SK's championship run was predicated on a lot of really staunch base defenses, bending but not breaking. Looks like PK is trying to go back to that identity a little bit, even though that's not what we saw from them up against eUnited. When you talk to these guys and what last year meant to them and what this year means to them to try and get a championship, Cherio is, he says he's on the way out. Raffer saying he's on the way out. A lot of these guys feeling like this might be one of their last chances.
Plus Raffer taking damage as well. He retreats, but Cubo Fred is all in. This is a heavy commit. I know they got first blood, but how worth is it? Is now Neilmaw is stuck in the engagement as well.
And it might be too little too late. Zapman steps up to the plate, but a great ultimate right down Broadway coming from Dardes.
Walks right into the waiting clutches of Nika, and I no longer need to do the math. SSG come out on top in that in a big way.
SSG is starting to feel momentum. I don't know that any team goes from 0 to 6 quite as fast as SSG.
Zapman could have some resources forced out. Already used the ultimate, and boy does Vote chunk at this point in the game. He's got Raffer in trouble. Big wall coming out from Neilmaw, but somehow Raffer still is alive throughout all of this. He even gets the charge spray off. There's a shell to keep him alive, but somehow Raffer still draws breath. Cheerio gets 1, and there in the back, Neilmaw is falling to Cheerio, who has the pressure, uses the destruction, and instead switches targets towards Cubo. Fred, SSG have turned this fight around.
Man, what a fight coming from Space Station Gaming, and Zapman shows up to a desolate wasteland.
Vote gets Zapman in the back, and now Neil being thrown back towards the wolves. That is right side Phoenix going down, and here comes the collapse from Space Station Gaming. Cubo Fred gets to do nothing. Dardesh shuts down Neilmaw, and SSG will not be denied game number 1. Well, let's move on to game number 2.
Clinical. That's the only word for what we just witnessed there from SSG. That did not look hard.
Space Station Gaming knocked the Knights into orbit in game number 1.
Not gonna get locked. Not gonna get locked. That's not getting locked. It's not getting locked. I'm telling you now, it's not getting locked. It's just, ha ha ha, Artemis hover. Ha 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 ha. I remember when Zapman hovered Artemis and didn't pick it. And then he picked Heimdallr instead. Remember that? Fucking hell, he picked Artemis.
Big charge. Preyland's Vote is now out of the purification beads, and the slows are on. See you later to Vote. But in comes the response. Cheerio dumps everything onto Zatman, but Zatman stays calm. It was almost enough to get him out of there. But there's the move in. Fear No Evil lands as well, along with the spear. But a two-man stun from Cheerio. He has the response.
This is risky now.
Cloud forced the reset, but there's a good pluck on a Cheerio who's thrown back in. Does get the ultimate off, but that is it. Cheerio is coffins as Zetman finds one more kill. He's 3-1-1, but they want a little bit more as Dardaz has already expended the Aegis. But he finds a turnaround kill, and Zetman and SSG are absolutely nuts. This fight was all PK for me, but they found a way to turn it around.
Neil trying to hunt down a 1 HP Dardaz, and he's gonna die as well.
So now Rapper dashing forward locks in Neil Ma for the moment, and that's enough for both to get the kill. Peace Station start off well, and Dardaz does turn into Cubo Fred. That puts that man down. SSG, just like that, it found two, and Nika might want one more. He's getting aggressive on the Scary D. Vote is right behind him. The Heart Bomb is land. The slow is there as well. What an explosion from this SSG offense.
This man do not miss. And just like that, Space Station's blowing the game wide open.
Neilma and Scary D are there, but there's the abduction. Look at the engage from Cheerio and Nika right onto the backline. Fear No Evil there, and Zatman never stood a chance. Paul gets melted as well. Dardaz with a double. SSG have flipped the switch, and PK are lights out. SSG running all over them.
Jets engage.
My goodness.
The switch has been flipped, and now PK has put themselves in a position where they have to do what only one team comprised of these 4 guys has done before. A reverse sweep has to be in the cards if PK are going to lift the hammer once again.
Backs against the wall, inbound. This is a team that has a lot of grit, that has a lot of tenacity and want to fight back. Can they pull off another reverse sweep, or was that a 1 in a million shot?
PK is not a team you want to count out. Even when they're behind, they somehow get these wins in the late game. But PK's mental is super, super strong, as you saw from last year.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and be honest. I think of maybe 10 different mages when I think of Paul. Mifflin Scylla's not in that 10.
This Scylla pick, man, this PK draft in general, it feels a little bit weak to me.
Okay,
everyone, time for some fun!
Still had the shell, Rapper, so no problem. But here's a problem on the right-hand side. Cheerio gets Space Station started here in game number 3. And Finch, I can promise you this. Since last year, this Space Station team has been thinking about going up 2-0 against this PK team and absolutely demolishing them in game number 3. That has been their singular goal all year long. I don't think there will ever be a team more locked in up 2-0 than SSG should be in this one. Man, Mika is just dominating Scary D in this matchup. This is going to be a pre-9-minute tower for Nika.
Yeah, you got to walk.
Blink it, Scary D, not quite there for Nika. Stygian Torment a little bit too short.
Paul and Cubo and Scary D are nearby, but how can they come in? Cheerio gets blown up, though. Big damage from PK. They find their first kill, and the Fury has now become an afterthought. Vote is low in the background as well, and Scary D is gonna hunt him down. One more kill, though. Dardaz does manage to pull up Satman, but I don't know how this happened. PK are suddenly right back in it. I guess you're right, man. This PK team is resilient. They've done it before.
Hey, another good block coming from Neil. Straight into the Sikkim, straight into the Crush. See you later, Craig. He's dead.
It's not just Space Station. I'm not giving enough respect to how much damage Paul does.
Whereas the rest of the Pittsburgh Knights surging forward. Another great Sikkim coming from Paul, and that Crush will claim Rapper for himself.
Cheerio is looking for aggression on the Cubo Fred. Nika picks it up. That's a double kill for SSG, but Paul has the response. Point blank, I'm a monster. Puts him in the ground. A second on the Cheerio. Paul showing up for him in the elimination game.
Paul comes waltzing on in with 1,600 damage on anybody on demand.
Dardaz is on the hunt as well, and he finds Cubo Fred with the first damage, then transforms into the Susano to come back to the rest of the fight, and that's that man he's looking for. Dardaz showing up for them and getting rid of a priority target, but Vote has been left completely alone. Where's the backup? 3 men to kill 1, but that means the rest of SSG are left to try and get Neil, and they can't even do that. What a way for this game to be 41 minutes in, the final one, and they've actually brought him down pretty low. Dardaz is into the backline. He has transformed, but he gets popped instantly way too deep. But Cheerio takes care of Paul in the back, and that is the big member to get rid of. Maybe this is the fight for SSG after all, without Paul to worry about. Scary D and Neil Ma go in. The damage is there onto the front line. Dharmic Pillars to stop the backup, and Space Station Gaming have done it already. Signs of life here from this SSG team. As Cubo Fred gets his ultimate forced out, Dardaz moved in and put the pressure onto Paul. The chase is on, and this fight could could determine everything as the I'm a Monster gives Paul a chance out, but Cheerio gets Cubo Fred. The Space Station team is getting right back into this.
Wow. PK only end up losing one. They could have lost more.
As the Dharmic pillars catch them out, but a crush ends up landing. Nika has collected two. Back into the fields of love. Neil Ma will get popped, so Scary D goes back in looking for a stun.
No,
But Dardes, it's going to end up low. Scary D gets a critical kill.
Oh,
That man gets Cheerio as well. How did SSG bungle this as Pittsburgh Knights have found a win? Bo's doing a good job binding damage from range, but that's not going to save Nika's Paul gets aggressive. He finds the damage, and Nika goes down as well. The duo lane for SSG is all that stands. 82 seconds for Nika before he respawns again. Maybe they can just push for it after all. Rapper has his ultimate, so does Vote. So he drops the Dharmic pillars and is trying to keep them at bay. Vote does the exact same thing with his own ultimate, but he is too low and forced to retreat. The Titan has fallen down, and the Pittsburgh Knights have done it again. They've risen from the grave and extended this on into game number 4.
Well, here we are again. Another comeback Pittsburgh Knights victory with their backs against the wall. And SSG, you know, after how well that early game started and how they weren't able to convert, something in the back of their mind starting to talk. Feels a little bit like last year. Now, still got a game in hand. It's not, it's not panic time yet, but a little nervousness I think might be creeping in.
It's deja vu for Smite fans as of right now, but it is not a glitch in the Matrix this time around. It is just the Knights fighting back. Almost 58 full minutes to fight this one through, and it takes them a while, and it takes them everything, but they get the dub, and they stop the 3-0 in its tracks. They give us a near 58-minute show in that last match, but it's not over yet for the Knights. They have to win another to try and get themselves close to lifting that hammer. Let's go back to Finch and Aggro to take us through to game number 4.
Zatman pulls back in, does not overreact, though, uses the dash, but Vote moves in with the hard bomb, and that is it. Zatman in trouble, still alive, but Vote finds the final shot. SSG getting it done in the duo lane. Took one swipe, but this is the target. Dunks down, and right behind him is Zatman. No way for Vote to get out of this one, but maybe Cheerio can find the punish, so he goes for Cubo Fred instead. The bounce gets him one kill, and there's a chance for another. Good peel, though, coming out for Paul, but in comes a Rapper to get himself a double. Oh, Neil Ma took so much damage. What was that? In comes Cheerio, dropping down the Fear No Evil. It's his bounce that takes care of Neil Ma, but in the back line, look how low Dardes is, but somehow he still clings to life. Cubo Fred gets removed, as does Scary D. How does Dardes walk the tightrope like that? But he absolutely doesn't.
All right, that's not allowed. We're calling it right there. That's not allowed. Dardes is too good.
Is he good?
Yeah, he real good. Great fight for Space Station Gaming.
But in comes Zatman from the sky, and he manages to bring Vote low. Use the Fields of Love way too early, but Rapper will punish him on the back end. 1 for 1, Hunter for Hunter, and Neil Ma falls to make it 2 for 1. But here's the ultimate. Vote getting punished for being alone in the dual lane. Drops the Fields of Love. Aegis buys some time as well, as both relics come out from the other side, and Vote makes it out of there. A heavy commitment from PK. What a call.
Look at this.
They're going to have to stick this, because on the way is Cheerio. If he gets in there and has the steal potential, they're in so much trouble. There's the blink. There's the Feel No Evil, but over the wall, because I'm a Monster, and Paul secures it. What a call from PK, the base.
And they're doing
left.
gold.
For the call to the right, they're controlling the objective so well. SSG can't keep up.
They're giving SSG whiplash right now. To the left. No, we're going back to the right. It's like I'm dancing to that bad song that everyone plays at weddings. PK all of a sudden comes roaring back here in game number 4. This team just will not go away. Man, they are playing Space Station Gaming like a fiddle right now.
Pittsburgh Knights are looking for the fight instead. Stun on the Dardes, who responds with a strife of his own. There's the Fields of Love, but in the back goes Zatman looking for Vote, but he's already lost his jungler, and Paul has already claimed Dardes' life. But in goes Rapper, pulling Scary D back towards Cheerio and Vote to make it a 2 for 1. And this is why SSG are so frustrated. They know they can win these fights if they just get them, as they did here.
Zatman nowhere to go. It's great Serenade, but Nika's gonna have buttons eventually in order to chase him down. 3 for 1.
A fight in the jungle where all of this mobility is strong. Vote is the target yet again. Scary D claims that life. Rapper, though, is able to nearly get there. Instead, they lose Cubo Fred, but Dardes and Vote are both down. Pittsburgh Knights still with a 4v3 advantage, and they're looking to take Nika out of the equation as well.
Oh, Rapper gonna blink in, trying to save the life of his solo laner, but the chase is too strong. Serenade right on point. In Finch, it's happening again. I think PK is taking us to 5.
Aggro, this is really, really scary if you're an SSG fan. You saw this happen once before. You've seen the heartbreak and felt it, but here it is coming once more. PK are barreling into the Titan room. Scary D and Neil already there. The damage is right behind them with Zapman still alive and plenty healthy. Cheerio gets absolutely waxed. No chance to be in that battle, and that is it. A double for Paul seals it, and we're going to our first game 5. Pittsburgh Knights might be able to knock out SSG.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, they knew the history, but they still seem like they might be doomed to repeat it.
Can they recreate history, or will SSG shut them down? It's put up or shut up. Let's go down to the casters.
We are going into the critical Game 5. PK and SSG. Deja vu all over again. Can they really send this squad home once more?
Gary should be concerned about his position. Nika might have the solo kill. Slows there. One more auto, but Nika can't find it.
Cubo Fred forced to blink. He's now in trouble as Dardes turns into the Loki. The stun is there in first blood. The Rapper and Dardes all on the way to defend the Pyromancer. It's low, but PK secure the objective again, but Paul is in a whole world of trouble. Dardes turning into Cubo Fred makes it work, and it looks like they want to make Cubo Fred pay.
Cherry might be the one to do it. Bleed takes care of him, but Vote in trouble. This front line from PK absolutely slamming, but Scary D low on mana, and Nika takes the bullet for Vote. No ult for him.
Huge work here for Nika to step in, but Scary D still on the retreat. How far can he go with Nika and Cheerio right behind him, putting in the damage, looking for the backstab. Rapper gets a one. There's the pin against the wall, and Cheerio gets the next. What a turnaround for Space Station Gaming. And in comes Paul. He still doesn't have the ultimate, but Crush might just still be the best burst damage anyone has. They're going to have to reset.
Oh, they got it!
Steal it away. What a play from the Knights. What a week, what a day from PK. They are not going away. Still okay, though, not that far forward as Paul is sitting all over the wall, but Zapman in trouble. I'm a monster, though. Several. And Cubo Fred pops Dardes. What a play from the new guy here on PK. Now Nika under the towers. Cubo Fred gets a double. He's showing up in the absolute biggest moment for PK. Now Nika in some trouble as well. I don't know, Aggro. Maybe waiting was the right call.
How did this happen? Zap just moseyed in and baited them into a blind I'm a monster from Paul over the wall, and Cubo goes Mystic Rush up and over, no hesitation.
And maybe SSG actually have a chance, and Cubo Fred is alone in the back, losing his battle, and Vote gets the win. That means SSG have the advantage.
Finally, SSG is able to put their foot back on the gas.
That's why Scary D moves up and uses the ultimate. Not a big amount of follow-up there, but there's Nika onto the horse, trying to help, and that's the left side Phoenix going down. Cubo looking to help, but I think SSG are pushing in. Nika takes care of Zapman. A lot of the damage now removed.
If we had enough time left on this Fire Giant, you could have won here.
Neilmont gets the pluck onto
my!
Paul and Neil stepping up when they need them, getting rid of a ton of the damage on the other side. That's 4 up against 4, 15 minutes in the game. But PK are surging forward. They like their chances.
And Dardes now slowed, has to use the Purification Bead.
There's no immediate follow-up there to help out, but Dardes is stuck in the middle of all of it, and Scary D gets him. But what's this call from Cheerio? He's going up on his own.
He's not going to try and end, is he?
From Cheerio, well, look at this. Cubo Fred, how does he know he's backing? He
walked
will
over
be
a
there
ward.
to defend. Perfect information from the Knights, so Cubo Fred can stop him. Cheerio gets nothing, so now maybe PK can win the fight.
But Raffer's in a bad spot. Watery Grave solid, but Fields of Love even better. I'm a monster. Both backliners make sure that Raffer's going nowhere.
This is such a crazy way for this game to potentially come to its end, to come to a peak. Here at this point, the Fire Giant well below half at this point, but Dardes is sneaking around here at this point. Neilmont is getting lower and lower. He manages to get the shell off, so he is still alive.
PK got it!
Got the Fire Giant, but Cubo Fred is low. There's the ult, but it's still not enough. How is
No way!
And Scary D saves him at the last possible moment. Cheerio cannot complete the task. It may cost Scary his life, but PK's still alive.
Scary Goat may have just saved the game for the Pittsburgh Knights.
What
and he
play!
blinks out of there! Are you kidding me? Shades of Season 3, Scary D keeping Cubo Fred alive, and Pittsburgh Knights now with 5 EFGs waiting to take their turn. That's one of the greatest plays I've ever seen in my entire life. Are you kidding me?
How do they stay calm? How do they stay composed in this moment here at the end of the game? But this is what it means to move on in the World Championship, to potentially play against Radiance. You must be excellent for 5 hours in a row. You want to win. 56 minutes on the clock. At the furthest point into the game that these teams can go, the furthest point in a set we can go to find our best team in this one game. They've been strong, and there's the pluck. Rapper pulled in, but it's a different story for him as he is in trouble. Heart bomb there well, but Rapper still alive, and Scary D getting melted. I'm a monster for Paul. He's waiting where to use it. There's the ultimate, and that man gets the kill on the Rapper. Cherry is deleted, and the next big kill coming through is that man somehow still standing as Nika finds one more for Space Station Gaming, but the Pittsburgh Knights are unrelenting as they hunt for vote. Scary D puts him down. There's
They did it again!
Standing for Space Station Gaming as PK have shut them down!
They did it again.
How do they do it?
Down 2-0.
How do they do it?
Back-to-back years.
Look at
and the
Kilo
Pittsburgh Knights
popping off!
have done it again. The reverse sweep, the second time in as many years for the Pittsburgh Knights.
And they are feeling it here. Do you think the Pittsburgh Knights are going to be hard to beat next time they come up? Because this team is feeling themselves. What a set! Falling down 0-2, never for a second did this team doubt they could win it.
Unbelievable. Gormeiser's losing his mind. Can you blame the man?
Not at all.
Another great season, absolutely ended by the Pittsburgh Knights. Let that be a lesson to all of you out there. Nobody beats the Pittsburgh Knights 3 times in a row. Nobody. I can't move away from the set without talking about how much I feel for that SSG team.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, to get to that point, 2 years in a row, a team that really believes in themselves and for good reason. One of the best teams in the league. Cherio's one of the best players ever touched this game. Raffer's one of the best players ever touched this game. Both of them saying this could very well be their last year. Yep. A horrible way for them to have to go out, but understanding that you just have to be a part of the Smite tapestry one way or another. It's what you put yourself out there as a competitive player for. So I feel for him, but what an unbelievable set.
Fino K, we actually have standing by for an interview as well. Fino, I mean, look, you guys have been on top of the world all year. Well, what are you expecting to see today?
I don't know, a win?
Boo! But this Ghost Gaming roster, man, these guys have confidence in spades. We saw Mike back there, reclined in the seat, ready to frag out.
We're going into game number 1, Renegades versus Ghost with Dolson and Aggro.
Suddenly we're down to just 4 teams. Ghost fighting for what feels like destiny after the way their year has gone. Renegades combining old blood with new find their way on into the semifinals.
How could you not get excited about this?
Watch out though, Twig making the first rotation over Jake into the ultimate. Twig though snipes him down. Panda Cat first blood, double kill for Ghost Gaming. Exactly where you'd expect.
And that's exactly what can't happen here to the Renegades.
But Sanford Soccer does up and over the wall. Easy kill for Ghost Gaming. The rotation in from the Renegades though. Venenu, crush up and over. I'm a monster. None of it connects. Mike jumps out and he'll survive.
And watch out, here comes Twig on the flank. Lazerhawk, see you later, buddy. Death Gaze, we'll see you in the grave.
Uh-oh, Ghost Gaming off to the races here. 4 kills in the last couple of minutes. Sanford Soccer now, a chance to turn around the damage. Venenu's got no cooldowns. You chose this fight, my friend.
And Jake can't afford to get greedy here. He's got that ultimate, but I don't think it's going to be enough to kill Sam. Just a couple of bad decisions to fight here so far by the Renegades, and now another.
And Mike didn't have his ult, but he sure does now. This is spiraling out of control. Ghost Gaming have notched 6 kills in the last couple of minutes. It's all been one continuous fight. Maybe Variety helps pull one back here. Lazerhawk is going to pull Twig right on back in, but the damage is too much. Twig survives. Variety, he'll fall as well. Triple kill for Twig. Turn off the lights.
Yeah, call it right here. Game 1, not looking. 5K lead for Ghost Gaming. This is one of the biggest leads I've ever seen in any SPL game. Unreal.
So this is going to get worse before it gets any sort of better, and better might be picks and bans for game 2. Good news is Venenu is able to stay alive. Look at this though, Variety getting aggressive, but Twig roots himself down, guns Variety back to the graveyard. Ghost Gaming have their 10th in 15 minutes. Jake is going to fall victim to Twig as well, the 6-0-3 Anubis. Nothing you want to face. Captain Twig finds an easy one over Awesome Jake, but Variety pulls one back for the Renegades. The Titan is the ultimate trophy, and Ghost Gaming not able to finish it off just yet. Just need a little bit more damage. The Renegades nearly get the deicide, just a little bit closer than they expected.
A little bit of lack of patience there from Ghost. I think we could have pumped the brakes a tiny bit in that moment. Renegades got to find an answer, man. That Ghost is not losing, and they've chosen the Apollo. Interested to see how they do.
Look at this start. Oh no, disaster Almost at the onset, Barracuda has to burn his beads.
But you can't do this, Jake. What do you think is gonna happen here, buddy?
First blood. Seems like it's about to happen here. Jake just buying a little bit of time. Panda Cat on the board first. It's awesome. Jake also level 1 now. Both the hunters starting to duel it out. Barracuda stunned in by Panda Cat. He doesn't have his beads anymore. Remember, look at the damage onto Sanford Soccer. Veneno has made his way over from the mid lane. Suddenly, Renegades collapse in, and they've got 2 kills on the board. Captain Twig nearly on the Kraken, but Veneno will stay alive. Lasbra, he's rotated to mid in a perfect setup, bait and switch from the Renegades, and now Lasbra's on the board.
Side movement speed, and now Mike has been caught on the rotation. Execute's gonna land for variety, and signs of life from the Renegades.
This is where teams have a hard time beating Ghost Gaming, is pulling away these objectives. I spoke too soon. Sanford Soccer does not steal it away, but he does get a kill. This one not for free.
What a stun coming from Polar Bear. Mike, he nearly just killed Bear himself.
Yeah, Barracuda, you're in a little bit of danger here on the back line. Here's the dive from Ghost Gaming. Captain Twig found the opening kill. Variety has one as well. He'll dash away with the ultimate, but Fino's there. Ghost Gaming are playing these cards perfectly. Titan is under attack. This one, not quite as much drama as game number 1. Ghost Gaming take the 2-0 set lead. You smell that? Is that reverse sweep I smell in the air?
No, this smells different than yesterday.
Yeah, it smells different.
I was right here.
It's the subs we have out in the lunchroom there. Now it's Fino K who might have to make his way back beneath his tier 1 tower. All the damage going into Fino. The Salmon leap away, but Lasbrit's got the damage. Renegades, they strike first. Oh my, that damage from Jake. I did not expect that. I can't imagine Twink did either. Oh my, the setup from the Renegades. This is why you give Jake the tier. Look at this, Jake lurking back behind the blue buff pit. Veneno is here as well. Fino K is going to have to leap beneath the tower. Jake is here as well. Fino K ults away from all the CC. Will he stay alive under the damage? Fino K turning it around. Are you kidding me? He stays alive. Sam's here as well. What a collapse. Ghost Gaming get 2.
I've seen enough. I've seen it. I don't want to see anymore, Dave. It hurts my feelings because I like the Renegades guys as people, and I don't want to watch this happen to them. Now it's Lasbra in trouble. No volcanic lightning for him. Shards of ice, full channel. See you later. Overhand smash, and Ghost Gaming right back on the winner's track.
Aggro melting out of this chair. You're pacing. Aggro's pacing.
I felt that, man. You cannot drop that kill. You just can't drop that kill. No, don't show it, production. I just got over it. No, not
that is
like
disgusting.
I mean, he had no jumps. You just got to land that Kraken. That's all there is to it. It all is. Look at this. Fino K. He's looking for the dive. Variety. Toast. Nice wall from Mike. Catches that fearless.
For the time being, Fino K beneath the tier 1 tower. Thorns are there. Can he turn this one around? Veneno has to use the Aegis. He'll survive for the time being. Renegades have to collapse.
And Veneno just juking as long as he can. Finally, Twig is ready to step up. This is shades of Season 4 Benji right now from Alfonso. Really good use of that jump, but look at that wall coming from PBM.
Man.
Where are you going last? And his ability to stay safe at the exact same time.
Oh,
what a play from Panda! Leaks the Bifrost. Barrow, where are you going?
And Barra back down to earth will stay alive. That is the least satisfying way to end that engagement. Panda Cat, you are nuts. But now there's a dive from the rest of the Renegades. Panda Cat stays alive, gets the kill. What a play! Awesome Jake, though, is able to turn one around.
Yeah, but Ven is going to pay for it. Beads used. Twig just needs one more ability. And that one's going to do it. Put the scope on Twig. He finds the long-range one.
PBM there on the assist as well. Now Fino K will rotate over. There's your justice for Panda Cat. 2-kill swing to Ghost.
That was so sick, man. That was so sick. And there's no justice in the world that Barracuda lives with 1 HP. Come on, man. What is that?
Kraken from Veneno finds the opening kill. Sanford Soccer, though, big double.
Instant space created by Fino K, and Sam is going to find himself a triple kill, looking for the quad, can't quite find it.
Barracuda alone underneath the mid lane Phoenix. Now in goes Mike. Captain Twig is there as well. Deleted. Panda Cat finds the kill. Uh-oh, Renegades, they're on the back foot here. Ghost Gaming, they smell blood in the water. On towards the Titan. Finals right around the corner. There might not be much of a fight. Destiny is calling. Ghost Gaming, you don't want to miss it. On to the finals they go.
Dude, I don't even know, man. Like, when I picked Scylla, I didn't even really play it. I'm just like, dude, I'm just going to pick Scylla, man. I'm just going to farm. And then we just started, like, winning, so I don't know. I guess I'm a good Scylla. So to answer your question, I don't even know, man. Like they might try to ban it. I don't know, dude. I guess I'm good at it. Like I don't know.
I guess you are. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Clearly, the Scylla is an important pick that PK tripped into somehow. I don't know, man. Paul truly is an enigma in that mid lane. I love it, but I would hate playing against it because if he doesn't know what he's good at, how are you supposed to know what he's good at? I don't know what you're supposed to do.
I mean, we're about to get into what feels like it's going to be a monumental set. It's hard to believe the Knights have a bigger set ahead of them than what they had to do yesterday, but this is going to be it.
Cuvo and Adapting, two players that have battled against each other their whole careers. Those two have been the premier junglers coming out of Europe since all the way back in Season 2. You've seen Fred talk about it on Twitter. This is going to be his last dance going up against Adapting. I can't wait to see what those two junglers are going to do.
Well, the stage is set right now for that lineup of the Pittsburgh Knights to try and make a run. Well, can the reigning world champs continue their tear forward, or can Radiance give Adapting a third time lifting this hammer? Let's go down to Finch and Mifflin to find out.
First blood of your second semifinal goes to Adapting.
And he's called Adapt King for a reason.
Scary might even live despite all the pressure on his side. I'm a monster, though. Absolutely flattens him for big man Tings. Paul will be the target, but over the top comes Cuvo. Fred to back him up, but Adapting has the damage, and Paul has been removed quickly. 4 members of Radiance are going to bear down on Cuvo. Fred 2 for 0, and they might get one more off a nasty wall.
Aurora finds the freeze. Benji finds the kill. Divide and conquer strategy. Zapman alone in the back, take the 1v1 up against Cyclone.
And absolutely making it work. Benji's there too, but Zapman gets a double, and he's turning back the clock. Big work from PK here in this fight. But now Zapman found a way to fall. Kings is in some trouble as well. Overall, ends up being a 4 for 2, and PK take that just about every time. Benji's here, and he does it, Benji! What a nutcase as he finds a way to steal away the Primal as I'm a Monster connects. How many has Tings just done raw?
Hasn't worked out for him just yet. Scary D so low.
What?
Can't take that damage.
He has ended up quite low. Maybe this is the opportunity Radiance saw coming as Scary D manages to just barely escape. Meanwhile, Cubo, Fred, and Paul are trapped behind a wall. Tings gets the perfect double.
And now Radiance healthy and grouped up around the fire.
Twice in a row now, Radiance have waited for the push. And how do they answer? Cyclone Spin is low. I'm a Monster connected, but Cubo Fred has already taken one. Tings gets one in return.
Scary D and Neil in trouble. Cubo falls. Adapting.
Oh, it's over!
Big man Tings ends Paul's life. That should be the game.
Twice in a row, Radiance waited for PK to overcommit, and twice in a row, PK obliged.
One mistake. That's all it took. One mistake.
And look, if I'm Radiance, number 1, I'm throwing game 2. In no circumstance am I going up against PK 2-0 in a set that matters. Miss me with that.
They gank with Scary so low. The answer is yes. There's the ultimate. Scary just gonna kill him instead. That was the fear, and Benji went for it.
Yeah, Cubo, bring as many boys as you want. Benji finds first blood, but it will cost him his life. It takes 3 people in his lane.
There's the wall. A 2-man freeze from Neil into the Heavenly Banner with the dash, but the rotation is here. No chance for Cyclone Spin to live. But Pittsburgh Knights are hitting the go button faster than Radiance. Would have expected that. And the middle Phoenix is a distant memory. The Fire Giant seems to have been forgotten. They want the fight instead, and Aurora is their first target. Benji low as well, and Pittsburgh Knights have shredded the front line of Radiance, looking for the dive. Instead, they come back towards Benji. They've got Benji low, but the Titan is all the way down to half, and Radiance are hobbled in their defense. PK have found one more win, and the set's all tied up. And yet it's Pittsburgh Knights looking for the first gank. Benji is the target. So now even underneath the tower, he is the target. The Mystic Rush is there, but still, Benji survives. He does not live. First blood goes over to the Knights, and they get everybody out. The Radiance want to take the fight. In comes Paul, but suddenly he is caught up. So onto the horse goes Scary D, and suddenly the Radiance members are low, but Aurora wants the pull. He gets 2 in, and that sets up for Tings. They get a big I'm a monster.
Scary D, pretty low, caught in the
Let's go, Tings!
Big man Tings, Neilma, the last one stands.
What a response from Radiance. They absolutely needed it. Pittsburgh Knights will push in. But that big damage, Scary D removed in an instant. The Radiance still have an opportunity as the ultimate from Paul is off the mark. And Cubo break it, Cyclone Spin and trade. Now they can look for the collapse onto Benji instead, who finds the knockups and pushes on his Zapman, who has no hope of escaping.
That man left isolated by his team. PK scattering to the wind. Benji, we can't stop talking about him. Finds Cubo in mid, and he might pick up another kill.
But a team fight, 5v4 advantage. I don't think Radiance are going anywhere. Scary D moves in, and then right behind him is Cubo Fred, who goes for Cyclone Spin in the back. Scary comes in with the ultra, but he gets melted right away. Cyclone Spin gets the kill.
Paul, we said he wasn't going to be able to get tricky, wasn't going to be able to get behind him. Already he's there. Keep your eye on him.
And Radiance move in. So far, the fight's favoring them, but adapting takes so much damage. Paul gets Cyclone Spin in the back. Tings pops 2 more, and Benji gets a kill, but Paul finds himself a double. So that means the Knights are still in this one. Zatman has the shred to burn through a roar. If he could just turn around and land the autos, has to use the Aegis. Paul has the backup, and it's a triple kill. How is this happening?
Fantastic play from PK. Look at him. Fantastic play. And he ults the ult from the Scylla, man.
Wow.
Clean. This guy, we've been talking about him all year, and he's proven it on the world stage.
Yep.
PK, Scary's leaving the base with the Titan already under attack. They're going for the ends. Benji, you're getting burned, bud.
Zatman and Paul are so low, they're not going to be able to do it at all. They were on different pages, but Paul turns into the Cupid with the ult. That doesn't work either. So Pittsburgh Knights don't get much off their stellar base defense. The rest of the Knights can now swirl in. Paul's looking to move to the back line. He finds a stun, and they get some big damage on the Tings. Following up his paw, he's done it all, and Cyclone Spin is removed. Cubo Fred right behind him, and now they can look for adapting, but Scary D has fallen in the back. Pittsburgh Knights are a little too spread out in this fight, and I don't think they can hold on as Paul falls to Benji, who gets the shutdown. Adapting as Cubo Fred, and Myth, this game might just be over. Almost never can you return from this position in competitive. Aurora blinks in. Scary D with no beads is the target, and he gets dunked by I'm a Monster. What a play between Aurora and Big Man Tings. And that is it, Radiance making sure they get it done to improve to 2-1. Let's move into game number 4 then. The current advantage sits with Radiance. Let's see if they can maybe find a way to close this out, or if Pittsburgh Knights can yet again find a way to extend a set and maybe move on into the finals. And then who knows what could happen. Adapting takes so much damage from the crush. Here is Zatman's caught out. There's the tectonic shift, but he responds with the ult right into Tings' hand.
He ain't gonna miss many more. Slams Zap one with the grasp of death.
Benji should keep going. He's got the rage transformation coming, and Scary D cannot hope to survive. Want to give this up for free, but Neil this time has been rooted. It's gonna be the call, and there's Neil blinking in, and it's a roar that gets pulled in. He is so low already. I'm a Monster. Still doesn't get the kill, and somehow Aurora continues to draw breath. So the Radiance dive is on. How do Radiance do it time and time again? It was PK that had me flabbergasted yesterday, but it's Radiance that have me questioning it all here in this one. Now Radiance with the dominant advantage at this point in the game with 4 members against 3. So the Fire Giant is low, and it goes the way of Radiance. A critical Fire Giant secured, and now Scary D has dropped. Neil Ma will be right behind him with nowhere to go as Aurora finds another. Only 2 members up. Zatman will be there soon. So Radiance cannot end it, but they sure can push.
Aurora already taking up the mid Phoenix, and no defense is there for PK.
So Radiance just moved right on in. Benji's in the face of Zatman, making life tough. He's got 3 back there looking at him. Meanwhile, the rest of his team puts the hurting on the Neo, so Benji does eventually die. 2 and right, get the last Phoenix. But Radiance have got to get a clean retreat.
Benji steps a little bit too far forward for my liking, but he does create the space for all 3 Phoenixes to go down. Not often is there a comeback to this caliber at the SPL level, especially on the world stage.
It is a 14-12 lead in the kills, but the map state tells you everything about this one. 3 Phoenixes down for PK. They've got a blink for adapting and Aurora, so those 2 can get onto the Titan quickly as Radiance go with a straight down middle attack, but in the back they have to worry. Cubo Fred looking for a dive as well, but so far Radiance still looking better for wear, but Cubo Fred's gotten rid of a roar. Big Man Tings has 1 in return, but it is 2 for 1 in favor of the defense so far. But look at adapting, running for his life off to the right.
Goes to the third. Scary D able to pick up the kill.
Oh,
Radiance,
no.
They thought it was an opportunity to end. Not against PK, not in a battle of attrition, not 42 minutes into the game. You're gonna have to work much harder.
So much of the game rides on this fight. PK secure the enhanced Fire Giant late in the game, but Radiance have 4 members here. They're surging forward as well. There's the blink, locks down Paul, and that's got to be the biggest target to try and get at this point.
Cyclone spin, ults in, just a little bit more is all it's gonna take. Big man Ting puts Paul down. Already Radiance knocking on the door of the base.
The left side Phoenix has already fallen as well. That tied to the minions. Cuba Fred is up in the sky and crashes down for a two-man knockup, then heads to the back line to look for some more shred. Big man Tings has fallen. Aurora right behind him as that man gets another scary D. Shreds through Cyclone spin, and Radiance right on the precipice seem to have fallen at the last minute. It's a deicide, but now the Titan low HP to the minions. It's really only Scary that is here. No Cubo trying to defend, and that is enough. The Titan should stand, and that means PK have a chance to push up.
But fire minion waves everywhere on the map. Can PK even go?
There's only 3 of them.
There's nothing they can do. I think Radiance may still have created enough space.
And Pittsburgh Knights are continuing to push up. They have an opportunity to close this out, but there's also minions now coming through the right-hand side. So they're contesting a base race. They have to send Paul back. No Paul's respawn to deal, and the rest of PK can push up. Mifflin, I think they've extended this to a Game 5.
PK, the absolute maestros of a battle of endurance. Radiance, we thought they were going to win it. 3 Phoenixes down for 5 full minutes. PK, they're not going to make it easy for anyone. The defending world champions want another ring.
My goodness, is this PK team resilient? You are not beating them easily. They will not go quietly. You must come correct, or you must not come at all. What a performance from the Knights, from the whole squad.
Imagine thinking you can eliminate the Pittsburgh Knights on the world stage. Imagine. It could not be me.
Well, for a team that's already given us 2 historic reverse sweeps, they go ahead and add to that list aggro with a 3 Phoenix down comeback. I don't know that there is anything this Knights roster can't do.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Number 1, Hugo Fred's chair is TKO'd. No chance that thing is ever standing again. He hit that thing with a right straight that would have knocked out Conor McGregor, for the record.
Well, I mean, this is insane from the Pittsburgh Knights. It's not something you get often. 2 Game 5s, 2 days in a row, 8 world champs in this one. 4 of them are going home right now in Game 5.
I'm around Big Man Tings.
He's the target of it. Tings goes to the ult. It's not enough. Paul and Pittsburgh Knights are the ones that strike first. Meanwhile, Cyclone Spin drops the ultimate. That man is low, but the freeze, it connects. So does the Glacial Strike, and Cyclone Spin finds the answer. Back Radiance and the Knights brawling here before the 5-minute mark. So the whole squad is here, and I don't know if Radiance were ready, but there is the leap in from Cubo Fred into the fat out of hell, and the roar cannot escape. Tings will fall right behind him.
But here it is. Big man Tings puts Cubo Fred down. You need to have beads if you want to step to Anubis like that.
Cubo Fred here as well. So Cyclone drops the ultimate. Cubo forced to use beads and keeps up the aggression. The hearts have healed him, but it's too much with Zetman there as well. In the back, Paul has turned in to Cubo Fred, is using the Camazot to burn through Tings. Adapting narrowly escapes, and there's the horse. They're moving in as Cyclone Spin drops the ultimate at his feet, but the taunt from Adapting is better. It pulls in Scary D, but Paul finally punishes Cyclone Spin. Zetman removes the roar, and Adapting on the left side of the fight has few options for escape. Cubo Fred misses one, but not the second, and that's 3 for 1, easily in PK's favor.
Now's the time for Radiance to move forward.
It looks like Adapting will be the one out in front. Big man Tings is outputting the damage, and it's got Scary D low. Benji finds the very first casualty of this engagement. Now Paul comes in and trades it out onto Adapting, immediately transforms into the Camazots and starts putting out the herd. Aurora falls, and Paul continues his excellence, his elite performance with a double.
But Radiance, Hail Mary, Fire Giant.
This is such a risky call. It has to work, and in comes Scary D to look for the punish. Neomall there as well. Good wall. Does stop the damage from getting worse, but Adapting gets melted. No hope for him. PK look locked in. They look honed in. And Radiance are lost looking for answers. As Aurora goes into the ultimate for the CC immunity, but he's been picked up by Neil and thrown back to the Wolves. Cubo Fred finds the first one. Paul gets the second. This ultimate has been a little bit too much as Cubo continues the battle. The backup shows up, and Adapting is done. It's a double from Cubo Fred, in the game now hangs in the balance. PK on the precipice of another win. This is it, man. This is the game. This is the set. This is for World Finals, and Radiance after a great season. Second seed, will they go home in their very first set and never see the finals, never even see what Ghost had planned? There are 3 up from Radiance to look for the defense, but into the base go Pittsburgh Knights, and Tings in trouble right away, forced to retreat. Aurora low as well, but the Pittsburgh Knights will not yield. They will not slow down. The Titan continues to fall. The damage too much, and PK are in your finals. How safe can you be with PK playing like this, with Paul and Cuvo Fred hitting everything, with Scary D playing this way? What about Zapman leading everybody in the player damage? This is the PK of last year.
They did it again. It's unbelievable. They did it again.
And tomorrow they get to test their mettle against Ghost Gaming. The Knights, the underdogs, the team doing it once again. The other side, the #1 seed, what feels like the unstoppable force over there.
And he continues, no, not the chair, bro! That is horrifying.
Watch it bend. It bends down when he hits it. That chair is taking it.
That's a Mortal Kombat fatality right there. That is unbelievable what Fred did there. And you know what? Radiance felt that way all Game 5. I'm sure. They really did. They were feeling like Fred's chair.
25 weeks of regular season play, 2 playoffs, 5 direct matchups, and 12 individual games. 1 final set between these 2 Goliaths standing at the top of everyone left. The Pittsburgh Knights taking on Ghost Gaming.
The battle of the unstoppable force versus the unflappable mental.
This is where the Knights' mental gets tested. You are not going to 3-0 Ghost Gaming.
You can't 3-0 Ghost, but Ghost could 3-0 the Knights here. I mean, that's what everyone is worried about coming into this.
Look, if Ghost is going to win, I wouldn't be surprised if it were a 3-0, but the Knights have had such a hard path to where they are right now. They had to go through SSG. They had to go through Radiance. They've ended 3 storied careers in one event.
Jeez.
And every single set has been going the full distance. If this game does go the distance, if we do get ourselves a Game 5 situation, I'd put all my money on the Knights.
Well, it's game #1. Finals starts now. Who will be able to take it? Well, let's go down to Finch and Aggro to find out.
As we move into our finals for this 2020 season, all the way into 2021. You have waited since November of 2019 for a brand new champion, and we crown one here today. Aggression there from Mike. He's got Neoma into the ultimate. The Death Gaze there as well. And that's your first blood of the finals for Ghost Gaming. But Pittsburgh Knights are not done. Twig falls in trade. He dunks down, doesn't quite find much, but Zapman is here to help. It ends up being a double kill for Mike, but a trade comes back 3 for 2 so far in favor of PK.
Huge.
Well, they can burn it when they have this Anubis, and Pittsburgh Knights never get to contest, even with the wall, and they didn't even use the ultimate out from Twig. He pops it right on Neoma, point blank, and there's the Ragnarok, bringing Zapman back in, but he's got the ultimate, looking to escape, but Fields of Love and the Heart Bomb use, plus the leap. Ghost Gaming have the answer back.
It's a composition problem.
Big leap in there from Mike. The response from Twig is there, but they have not gotten the kill yet. Neoma still alive. That forces the Fields of Love, but Neoma does fall in the back of the fight, though now they have a chance to lock down Scary D as well. But it's Cubo Fred's turn. He moves in, and Bino K is done. So Mike on the retreat, and Ghost have overcommitted to the enemy support, and Captain Twig has no hope in the backline. He gets decimated, and in comes Sam looking for a chance to put down Zapman right through the relics. He finds one more.
That's the Sam we've been waiting for. A great wall on the back end as well. 2 for 2.
They needed that.
Ghost Gaming limping away. I mean, you get Scary D's ultimate, but who cares? But look at Mike blink in, gets a priority target, but a better wall from Neil. Zap's going nowhere.
You want to talk about the game Neil's having? There it was, but Sam for Sucker with the dunk says bye-bye to Zapman. That means Neil Moth falls as well, and Ghost Gaming having one of their trademark fights, and Panda Cat puts down Cubo Fred, and how about a 3 for 0 right when you need it?
Mike diff. That's all it is. That's Mike diff.
Who
there.
does that, by the way? He doesn't have to re-engage, but he goes for Paul in the back anyway, forces the ultimate in response. Now he has the wall, and Paul has to use beads and Aegis, so Sam can live. That's worth it, but I don't know if he can. In comes Scary D. Sam is done, and Zapman gets the credit for it, but Fine OK is not stopping yet. He's moving in, forcing out other relics. Ghost Gaming gets stuck in a fight, but maybe they can make it work.
Mike falls. Big Mantle Stun's not going to matter. 2 for 0. Ghost get caught forcing another bad fight that just didn't need to go in.
That's good damage on mid and left Phoenix as Mike gets aggressive. Paul is the one pulled in, has to use I'm a Monster and the beads in order to escape. So good work from Ghost, and Sam goes up way too far away. Instead lands to try and deal with Polar Bear Mike, or rather Neil Ma, who's still too healthy. And now Sam in danger of falling. Ghost can't find the right targets.
Fred had sprung the trap, and him and Scary D are in the back line. Double kill for Scary D. Fine-OK doing what he can, but a better wall coming from Neil Ma means that PK is ruining this fight.
And PK right on the precipice of going 1-0 up against the best team that we have had all year. The Knights are absolutely ready for the world stage, aren't they? Game 1 goes to the underdogs.
Unreal performance, but Ghost had it so many different times. He just kept chasing and chasing and chasing.
If you're Ghost Gaming, you have got to be feeling the fear now, right? Shades of what happened back in Season 6 of this game and this set getting away from you. PK up 1-0.
Ghost Gaming are on a 15-game competitive streak. Win streak. Were. And the last time they lost, outside of this set, or game, I guess we just watched, was a 2-0 to the Knights. Phase 2,
that writes itself.
Week 12.
Is now Ghost, but their backs against the wall, not at all how I expected this set to begin, and yet PK keep bringing the heat. And let me be clear, the heat is Paul on Scylla, and he gets this yet again. There's the big stun, but the Fields of Love from Zatman is better. Mike is the one locked in, but in comes Sam for the cleanup duty. So fine, this is all great from him because his team is doing the Fury in the background. There's the commitment coming out from Cubo Fred, but the last bit of peel is there. Fine-OK survives. Cubo Fred goes down, and Ghost get the Fury. Perfect fight.
Ghost, even though they're looking better, still looking awfully mortal. We should start calling the 5K deficit at 14 minutes the PK lead.
Yeah.
You know, they're ahead. They've got them right where they want them.
They're getting dangerously close to breaking as Pyromancer goes down as well. It is now right at 10K, and our Ghosts are not going to hesitate. Stitching and Torment does control Scary D, but in come the Knights, and PK steal it away. What a play from the guys that have hung around all week long.
Imagine thinking you could outconfirm Paul, but PK get away scot-free on the back of Paul Scylla once again.
How do they do it? Time and time again. And the aggression is still on from Ghost. They drop a ward. They know where he is.
Great
Mike
stun.
hits the stun. They get the beads out from Zatman now as well.
You're in this fight.
And that's why Fine-OK blinks in. Zatman is the sitting duck. Fine-OK puts out the thorns, gets the rage transformation in time as well, and Zat has to leave. That means Neil stuck in the middle in trouble, and Sam for Sucker coming to collect. But Paul, is that a one-tap? Sam for Sucker is a distant memory. Fine-OK gone as well. Pittsburgh Knights are on something different.
Paul's better. Paul's better. I don't care who you are.
Than
on
everyone.
the planet, Paul's better. Aegis has to be used from Twig, but he's still in a horrible spot. Neil gets one. Panda Cat falls as well. The Pittsburgh Knights have killed 4 for 0, down nearly 10,000 gold.
How does it happen? How does it happen? Is that man the best baiter there is? Is that how it happens in this game? Certainly seems to be over. And the Knights say no lead is too big, no chasm is too wide to cross as the Knights barrel into the Titan room. Ghost Gaming are about to go down 0-2 to a team that had to play 4 games just to get here.
I am absolutely shell-shocked. How do you do that? How does that happen?
I thought there was a chance this was a 3-0 coming into this set.
Same.
But not like this, right? Not with PK up 2-0, down 9K saying, make it harder for me next time. This team's just a little bit too good.
This is the moment. PK did it a couple of days ago. Can Ghost Gaming try to do a reverse sweep? They gotta start now.
They're up 6K with 0 kills.
Panda Cat is in trouble this time. Aegis comes out from an early, but Field of Love stuns 2, but he is still in trouble. Ghost get the Pyro, but Panda Cat alone. But has he done enough to make sure Cubo Fred falls? What a play for Panda Cat!
This is really putting the late game to the test.
Meanwhile, Mike in a position to solo Zatman, and he does it. Neil Ma falls as well. Much, much cleaner from Ghost Gaming. Ghosts have forgotten the fire and instead are on the full dive. They've got Cubo Paul dead to rights, and Mike's clutches to the Unchained off the mark. He even gets hit by the Sikkim but Cubo Fred falls in the back.
All alive for now, but FineOK finally able to take him off the board. They found a way to answer this Scylla, at least momentarily.
And Scary D ends up falling, so they do lose FineOK in the back. Neomon drops as well. Zatman, sayonara, and that means Ghost Gaming have finally put one on the board.
That's what we expected from Ghost, but that's also what we expected game 1. That's what we expected game 2. Now they've got to do it 2 more times.
Yeah, I can say this with some more gusto now. You do not 3-0 Ghost Gaming in the World Finals.
Shades of game 1, that Henry is popping off, but now
No way.
Apollo getting locked out. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to talk about this Ola run. This is dirty.
What a draft here from Ghost in this critical game 4. What a call here. I mean, how does Knight stop this with the Sanctified field down? But in comes the Armor Monster. The Knights strip it away. Paul just walks in and takes it. I can't believe no one was on zone duty. They just walked in and down smash. That's what the Knights have taken. They've ripped those open and gotten confidence. That man is just done. Heart Bomb is enough, and Panda Cat gets the kill.
Man, Panda's just played lights out this whole set, hasn't he? I mean,
he's backed up the talk. Well, there's the charge spray from Neil, but he might have signed his own death warrant with that. What was the idea? I mean, I guess get beads for Panda Cat. He got him. And in comes Zapman, but maybe it was too early as Zap's now here. But in comes the dive. Mike gets a double. And Cubo, they're coming in 1 by 1. I don't think this is the plan. They're not going to get the backup from Paul in time. No, Paul makes it in. Crush buries Mike. I'm a monster, not enough. And that is some deja vu.
Needed something, because good lord, the Pittsburgh Knights conveyor belt is operating at an all-time high.
So they must drop it, but Ghost now want the fight. Blink in from Mike, and Paul gets deleted. Big work from FineOK. Sanctified field, the carries doing great work to protect each other.
No play zone for the Pittsburgh Knights, and Ghost Gaming are picking apart the defending champs. And Ghosts have just said enough is enough.
Now Cubo looking for the steal, knock up there from Twig a bit early. But Ghost secure the Pyromancer anyway. But Scary D moving in. The Knights have recognized that Ghosts are kind of limping into this one. Pittsburgh Knights are burning this one.
They don't know. Ghost has no idea.
What
Mike's starting to realize that it could be there.
Fire Giant low. Crush is there. Further secure. Mike moves in. But Pittsburgh Knights get the biggest objective on the map. What a bounce back from the defending champs.
This is what this team does. They just
better than anyone.
Not go away. They do not go away. Whoever's calling these objectives for Pittsburgh Knights has got to be keeping the headset on just to keep their brain from leaking out of their ears. It is massive.
Mike now alone up against 3. He gets the beads out from Cubo Fred. Paul hits everything, and just like that, Mike is dead. Pittsburgh Knights are breaking Ghost apart.
FineOK has to make use of this Descent into Madness, and he's in the perfect spot to do it, chasing down 3.
He's pushing in. Sam for soccer gets Cubo Fred. Scary defaults, about to double for Sam. How do Ghosts turn this back around? Paul has now used the Aegis as well, so Sam moves in. Feather step, but Paul manages to survive. FineOK now low, but Paul gets swept to death. Ghost Gaming bounce back from the death of Mike.
FineOK's up on Pride Rock right now, because everything the light touches is his.
Gets that layup up. There's the blink for FineOK. He moves in. Thorns popped as well, so he's ready to cause the problems. But into the backline, though, goes the damage. Paul finds FineOK and deletes him. Mike grabs Scary D, takes him out of the fight, but Twig all alone.
Not
Paul
again.
gets a double. The Knights stand up at the last minute and push Ghost out.
Not again. Not like this, Finch. 2 for 0. Too deep for FineOK, and now Panda Cat not in a great spot. He's going to need support from his duo lane partner.
Well, Mike is on his way. Panda Cat drops the field of love, but in comes Zapman diving from the sky. Zapman is still alive. Panda Cat has dropped, and Mike can't find the last bit of damage. So somehow Knights have all 5 still alive, and Mike, my man, is dead to rights.
No chance he gets anything done here. A little bit of damage onto Paul is the best he can hope for, but Mike has bought an eon of time.
If PK are going to push in, they got to be quick. FineOK's back up, and he won't have Sam's back yet.
They're doing it again. They're going for it again. Their macro has been immaculate so far here this week.
Twig is up.
They're going to have to try and make something happen here. They decide not to go for the end. I don't think that was ever in the cards. The Ghosts all in is good, and Zap has been caught by Sam for soccer.
What a play from the jungler from Ghost, the world MVP once upon a time, has stepped up again, and Ghost want to get us into a game number 5. They've got a lane to push in down left. It's a 5v4 for 50 more seconds, almost a minute before Zapman is back. Panda Cat trying to win a battle up against Cubo all alone in mid. And Cubo now low, in comes FineOK, but Neil has the peel. But Captain Twig steps up, Sanctified Field puts Cubo Fred down, and Ghost Gaming have the 5v3. 3. In goes Fine OK. Paul in some trouble, but Panda Cat has fallen in the back. Ghost Gaming with 4 alive can still make it work.
Scary D doing his best, but Fight OK just too strong. Can't take him down. But without Panda Cat or Sam for Soccer, Finch, I thought that was it, but Zapman's up and he's going for Twig.
And he certainly should. Right there's the drop down, but Mike is there for the peel. They land. The stun, the knockup is there, and Zapman has fallen to Mike and Captain Twig. In goes the leap. Mike finds another 2-man stun. Now it's Scary into trouble, having to use the beads, but the pursuit is on. In comes Fine OK, and Scary D starting to melt.
Didn't need Panda Cat if you've got Twig. That man pumping autos into the front line of the Pittsburgh Knights.
They're gonna go for it.
Ghost Gaming going for game 5.
They're looking to close this one out. They want to move on into game 5. Twig has the damage. Neomorph plucks him, but that won't stop him now. The Titan solo minions coming in as well, and Ghost move us on to a game 5 finals.
Unbelievable. Could it be any other way?
Only one other team has been able to complete a reverse sweep. Ghost Gaming right now are looking to try and give us a second one within 1 week. But we're going into game number 5. Can the Knights go back to back, or can Ghost break this curse? Let's find out.
What a way for this finals to end. We are approaching the end. We shall be crowning a new champ before too long, and embracing the moment as Sam for Soccer gets aggressive. Scary D makes it into the ultimate, but he shall not survive. Ghost Gaming find first blood in the solo lane.
This is what I wanted to see. Is Cubo gonna come over and eat a Fear No Evil?
And this time you don't have beads. What a decision from Cubo Fred. He gets out of there with a bat of the hell, but Fine OK is on the warpath. Sam coming underneath to look to lock him down. Still has the blink, but Cubo Fred with the counter blink overhand smash puts him down. I mean, what a play in solo.
This right side of the map is becoming a problem already.
In comes Sam with the overhead smash, and the Kraken from Twig puts him down, but they gotta respond. Neomorph here, but there's a Scare's blessing again as Captain Twig survives. Big time ultra polar bear Mike.
Paul's on different targets. Everyone is gonna live from Ghost.
My goodness, Ghosts are not shying away from the big moment here at all. Making the plays back to back to back. I want this tier 1, and I want it now. Say Ghost Gaming, nothing going the way of the Knights. Panda Cat is all the way in right, finding a kill for himself.
Unbelievable. Ghost is just snowballing this game. They have all this momentum. In game 5, they have come out of the gates red hot, and the Pittsburgh Knights now reeling. If it were anyone else, I'd be waving the white flag, but I just can't write this team off yet.
And Ghost Gaming are now in some trouble. Good ultimate from Mike. Keeps Sam alive for the moment, but he's brought right back into the trouble. Cubo finds one. Kraken doesn't find anything, and Scary D gets Sam, but Fine OK, as always, is riding the ship. But Twig, left alone, is going to die under the mid-tier 1. It's a double for Cubo Fred. The Fury goes to Ghost, and Twig gets rid of Neo. Finally, he steps up, and Scary is low as well in the back, but he gets Fine OK first.
Twig!
And finds some revenge for the lane. Cubo Fred in the back is diving Sam, who goes to the overhead smash, but it's not enough. Paul gets a kill as well, and suddenly the Knights have found a 1 for 3. The team fight going easily to the Knights.
That's 2 fights in a row that it has not been close for the Pittsburgh Knights.
This is the play. The Knights get this fire, and suddenly Ghosts are on the back foot. Yeah, the fire, the biggest objective on the map, going to the Knights. This team believed after every step of the way in their team fight in the late game when they could group up in the 5v5, and right now in the biggest moment it's showing up.
Again, it's the early game for Ghost. It's the early game for Ghost and Pittsburgh Knights. Okay, well, we'll be okay. This team looks immortal when it comes to these team fights. They are making it work every single time.
There's Sam for Soccer dropping the ultimate on the Scary D right at the start, and that is the key. They get rid of Scary early, and Ghost Gaming send the Knights packing.
Exactly what Ghost needed to do.
Now fight gonna start here in the jungle. Cubo Fred has to ult. He goes for Twig, who is getting chunked. Paul on the way, and Twig gets deleted. The Knights make a huge play in the late game as Panda Cat snipes. Can't all connect, but they've got Neomorph low. Cubo Fred using the ultimate, trying to spread this fight out a bit, but now Ghost underneath the watchful gaze of the Knights. That man gets Fine OK. Polar Bear Mike has to ult himself, and the Knights right on the precipice of putting this one to bed. Only 2 for Ghost, still standing.
Who cares about an enhanced fire giant? We've got Phoenix on the menu here for the Pittsburgh Knights. Only 2 left standing, no ults. I think you go for the end here, Finch.
This is such a big moment. Sam and Panda Cat with no ultimates to help defend. Not a lot they can do. There's still a lot of towers up, so this Titan is healthy. But in comes Scary D, and Panda Cat and Sam have to make the play. The Titan now down to about half HP, but Sam gets one. Ghost Gaming, hold on in a final moment.
Ghost not going home quite yet. I think the Pittsburgh Knights may have just blundered.
Oh, they're burning it. This is huge. Ghost Gaming are going to be able to secure this Fire Giant. This is huge. I know they lost in Middle Phoenix, but Ghosts have just brute forced their way back in. And Zapman low in the back. That is Fine OK's job to take Zapman down. Aegis keeps him alive for the moment, but Fine OK gets the ADC. Mid Phoenix down as well, and Ghosts continue the onslaught.
He might attach Paul.
What a fight this would be if Sam and Paul meet here in the jungle. Sam is found, and there are the beads. 3 beads are necessary, but Paul is forced to ult early. That is a huge trade, but the Fire Giant is the star of this show. Down to half. Neomal comes in. Kraken is early. Fire Giant still there, and Scary D pushing forward. Fire Giant sees forgotten. Zapman moves in, looking for it, but Fine OK is there. I think Zap's making an error, but Kubo, Fred getting one in the back. Paul gets a double, and Pittsburgh Knights in a great position to end.
I think they done it, Finch. I think they did it.
Triple!
Fine OK left alive, and he's going to have to keep all of Ghost's hopes on his back.
If Fine OK can't do this, then this set, this year is over. It belongs to the Knights. If Fine OK does what he can to kneel, but the rest of Knights are pushing down mid, unfiltered, unstopped. Fine OK taking his back, but how can he stop for the Knights? Burn down the Middle Phoenix. The Knights looking to push into the Titan, and Fine OK has it all to do.
He's got no ultimate available. Paul with the transformation. The Pittsburgh Knights are going back to back.
That is it! Pittsburgh Knights, lightning strikes twice, and Ghosts are going home.
Yet another second place finish for the Ghost Gaming boys.
It's gotta hurt.
Heartbreaking for that team. But you want to talk about clutch. You want to talk about mentally strong. There is no one in the history of Smite more clutch, more mentally strong than this Pittsburgh Knights core. Back-to-back champions once again here in Smite.
Not since Season 3 has a team been able to get a second set of rings. 4 players now are going to be able to don a little bit more bling. Cuvo Fred, one of the longest players in Smite history, is now going to be able to put one on for himself.
When you have these thin of margins, you need a player like Paul to step up in a big way. Triple kill to close out the match in a Game 5 situation. 15 games straight for PK? Are you kidding me? This is history. This is the tapestry. 10 years from now, when we talk about world championships, we're going to be talking about PK.
And one of the most disgusting individual performances I've maybe ever seen in a Smite World Championship. We'll give credit, due credit to everyone on PK, but you want to talk about strong individual performances for a 5-game series, you have to talk about Paul. This guy played out of his mind today. If we were legally allowed to, we'd be swearing all up and down about how good of a day I think Paul had, because it was absurd.
Ghost Gaming right now. I mean, the curse that lives with them. We were memeing about it all year. Rival to Ghost, like, oh, finally it's going to be broken. This is yet another Worlds appearance and yet another second place.
When you're playing against Ghost Gaming, all 5 of you have to show up, and you have to do it well. And every single player on PK showed up.
Well, here's the live reactions that we got to see a little bit earlier, right as they finished. If you want to see how they jump up, I mean, look at the excitement, pure energy. The chair takes it one more time as they jump up, the hugs, the love that these guys have to feel for each other. And look at this. 2 years in a row, they are your 6th seed. They are a team that everyone is looking over the first time because there's no way they're going to win, right? They were 6th seed. They win as SK Gaming. They come back this year and 6th seed again. Everyone's like, well, guys, but like, no. They don't do it twice, right? Like, they don't just show up at Worlds again.
You have a possible 20 games that you play starting from where PK did. Round 1 on to the grand finals. You could possibly play 20 games. They played 18 this weekend. They played 3-0 over eUnited, and then 3 best-of-5s 3 days straight. They played 18 out of 20 possible games and won every single set.
Let's talk about the hours they put in this event alone. Just about 20 hours straight of nail-biting Smite, where they come out on top just about every single time. Ghost Gaming is the uncontested king of Season 7, and they are slain by this PK draft. 3 careers ended throughout the week by this PK roster. I wouldn't put the ring on any other finger.